y'all, and welcome to today's video. I have some new makeup products, some things I have been testing, trying some brand new things, and we're just gonna get ready together today. I'm going to test out some new makeup, use some old favorites. We're gonna have a good time. Let's jump into it. Starting out for skin prep, I am using the new Lawless Forget the Filler Skin Plumping Line Smoothing Perfecting Cream and the Forget the Filler Overnight Lip Plumping Mask. I actually wore this last night and then I put it on again this morning. Lawless sent me these, okay? They sent them to me. I was actually planning to buy the cream myself because I'm so intrigued. So it came in this nice box, but let me tell you, because skin prep is important before makeup, right? So I'm intrigued by this. I used this, how it says, for normal to oily skin because hello, I'm Heather. I have oily skin, I have fine lines, I have crinkles, but I have oily skin. I live in a very humid, hot place. So it says if you have oily skin, use it in place of your favorite moisturizer. That is what I did today. It's supposed to give you 24 hours of skin plumping. It says it layers well under makeup, and it says if you have dry skin, you can use it on top of your favorite moisturizer just as a primer. So yeah, we talked about this in a judging new makeup video, and I told y'all I wanted to buy this because it says they did do an independent study, which the scientific part of me is like, yes, we love an independent study. So my skin is looking glowy, plump, ready for makeup. Listen, it's gonna take me a long time of using these to follow up, let you know what I really think about it. Today is the first time I'm using this, and last night was the first time I'm using this. Okay, so I bought the new Topicals Sealed Active Scar Primer for acne prone skin. I bought this when it launched at Sephora. It says to dab a small amount into pitted scars or enlarged pores, set for 30 seconds, and then apply your makeup. You're supposed to use this after all your skincare is done. Sunscreen, everything is what I was reading. And it has medical grade silicone in it. So this is my third time actually trying this product with y'all. The first time I used it, I did not like the way my makeup looks. I don't know if I didn't let it set long enough or what, but I used this yesterday and it was really beautiful. It worked nicely. I feel like it filled in my large pores. So I'm doing just what it says. I'm not rubbing. I am pressing this into my skin. I'm gonna get a mirror close up so I can see, and I'm just going to work that primer into my skin and let it do its thing. Again, this is only my third time wearing this primer. And yesterday when I wore it, I had my makeup on for about 10 hours. Both times I've used this with foundations that I really enjoy. And I really liked it. I really liked it yesterday. So with Topicals, I really like this brand. I know a lot of people did not like the scent of Faded because Topicals doesn't put fragrance in their products. So sometimes when you smell skincare, makeup, and you smell something, now if it's rancid, it's expired, that's one thing. But if it's a new product like Faded that had sulfur in it, and there's a brand that doesn't use fragrance, you are gonna smell those ingredients. But with this, I don't have any smell. So I just wanted to point that out because I know with Topicals that is a concern for some people, but I don't have any smell with this. And I do believe with their other products, they found a way to take away that sulfur scent that so many people didn't like. And I know I've talked so long about this primer, but I really, really liked it, but I don't think, like, the first time I used it, I definitely did not press it in enough. I just kind of like did like a normal primer, just like kind of pressed and rubbed, did my makeup, and I did not like the result. So I'm gonna let this sit. It says 30 seconds. I'm gonna give it a full minute, and then we're gonna go in with our Danessa Myricks Yummy Skin Foundation Tint. I have really, really, really been enjoying this. My review will be coming soon where I put this in a speed review video, but so far I really enjoy it. So I'm gonna let this set and then we'll do our skin tint. Okay, let's go in with our Yummy Skin Tint. I am in the shade 9. You can see my face is a bit lighter than my body. I've been loving this one. I love it with the foundation. I love it with a brush. However I use it, it's been super duper beautiful. So I'm just gonna grab one of my green Unearthly Cosmetics brushes, and I'm just going to press this into the skin. So I have not used this skin tint with this Topicals primer yet, but in the Danessa Myricks skin tint, the 4th ingredient is dimethicone, which is a silicone. So it should play well with our Topicals, you know, silicone primer. And so far it is. Like, that is looking so good. Glowy and beautiful. I have found that this skin tint is very glowy, but wears well even on my oily skin. It makes me look glowy, not oily, even at the end of the day. Although I would say I kind of like to blot around the 8-hour mark. I do like to blot my skin when I use this Danessa Myricks. But isn't that looking beautiful? I really liked that primer yesterday, and I'm really liking it today as well. It's not looking weird, it's just looking really pretty and smooth. Okay, we're going to try the Makeup Forever HD Skin Concealer. I have the shade 2.4Y. This is going to be a long wear concealer based on the claims. It's supposed to give me good coverage. Let me see, 2.4Y, medium skin tones with neutral to golden undertones. I definitely think this is a little light for me, but we can make it work. We can make it work. And I would say that this is not my favorite. This is like my 5th time using this concealer, so I'm hoping today will be better, but every time I've used it, I have not liked it. So I'm gonna put it on one side first so you can kind of see the difference. And what I have issues with this concealer is the first couple of times I used it, I felt like it blended away with a sponge, with a brush. I felt like the product was just removed when I blended it. And I had issues with it blending away throughout the day as well. Like, it just kind of left my face. It looked kind of patchy. It was not my favorite. So I put it to the side. I haven't used it the past few times I've done my makeup, but I wanted to test it out and try it with y'all. So I'm going to let it set on my skin. I normally do this with concealers. I put them on like this. I give them a minute or so to warm up on my skin, but I want to give this even longer. And I'm really going to be careful with my blending. I'm going to use a brush. I'm going to push it into the skin and see if I can get it to work better for me today. Because I'm looking, I ordered this from Sephora. It says it's a natural finish concealer, hydrating, long wearing. Now I know I said I have oily skin, and I do, but I'm also not 16. So, you know, I could use a little hydration under the eyes. It's supposed to be long wear. It says offers 24 hours of wear. And that is great for somebody with oily skin. When you see a 24-hour wear claim, not even if you're not going to wear your makeup for 24 hours, it's fine, but it usually means long wear. And I love the foundation. the HD Skin Foundation. It was a favorite of mine for the year last year. I actually used an entire bottle and repurchased. So I have high hopes for this concealer, but it wasn't even like I had to keep layering it to get full coverage or anything. I had to keep layering it for it not to be patchy, because especially right in here, it will just wear away on me. So I'm hoping today will be different. I'm willing to give products a chance, you know? So let me find a brush and we will blend this in. Normally I like to use a sponge with concealer, but sometimes I like to use a brush. So let's try a brush and see if that gives me a better result. I have tried it both ways. I didn't like it with the sponge. I didn't like it with a brush, but I do feel like a brush was better than the sponge, so we'll see. Okay, so I have my Unearthly brush. This is from the orange set, and I'm going to take my time, and you can see I'm not even really blending. I'm more so pressing and letting these pressing motions do my blending for me, but I don't want to swipe. When I say I'm not blending, I mean I'm not swiping. I'm not going back and forth. Of course, the pressing is going to blend, but that's what I want to do. Just like stipple it in. Press, press, press. Which you could see that's what I was doing with the foundation too, because I really want like a seamless look. Now, I don't really go for no makeup looks. I like wearing makeup. We're going to do something bold on the eyes, but I would say my preferred coverage for the skin is like medium coverage. I usually like my products to be buildable. Of course, this skin tint is a light coverage, but I really like that. Even though I'm oily, of course I love a matte finish, but I also don't mind looking glowy as long as it's not like a layer of oil sitting on top of my skin. This is probably the best I've ever gotten this concealer to look, but it's still not my favorite. So here we have no concealer over here, concealer right over here, and I like it okay. Like, it's looking okay right in here. I feel like I could add just a little bit more right here, kind of where I have like the most discoloration, and I don't feel like this is a lot of discoloration. Like, I feel like my under eyes look pretty good, but it feels like it's taking a little more to cover right there. But I do know I've seen people really enjoying this concealer. So I am going to let this set probably for like 5 minutes. Then I will blend it in. I'm going to go ahead and do the other under eye a little bit on my forehead actually. And then we will set our face with powder. I don't think we're going to try any other cream products today. But if you watched my last testing new makeup, I used the Melt Glazed Skin Finishing Powder to kind of finish. And I have been using the Hourglass Translucent Medium powder, really enjoying that. In my last Get Ready With Me, I think I also talked about the One Size Sweet Honey Setting Powder. I bought the more yellowy shade. Oh my gosh. Love, 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 love that powder. It is mattifying. I had the translucent one, loved it, but when they put out the yellow, I'm like, let me get that too. So I've been loving that. But since that's not a new to me formula or anything, we are going to be using the Hourglass today because this is a powder I've been using a handful of times now. Well, more than a handful. What's it been? A couple of weeks. But I haven't come back with my full review. So that's what we're going to use today. I'm going to let this concealer set a little bit and then we'll do powder together. Okay, y'all, I blended in that concealer. I put it on just like I did over here, where I put it on, I let it set, I blended, I put on another layer right in here, I let it set, then I blended. And with that, I think it's looking really nice. But I will say, I could make it work for me. I'm going to, because I already bought this concealer, but I shouldn't have to work that much for a concealer, especially at that price point. I have other concealers I like better. My Huda concealer, my Natasha Denona concealer, if we're looking at, you know, Sephora brands. So not a favorite, but again, this is probably the 6th time I'm wearing it. So I'm going to try it a few more times. If you have any tips on how you have been using this concealer specifically, if you love it, give me your tips down below. You know, I'm asking for tips, so you can definitely give me some if you have some, because I would like to have an easier time with this concealer. Again, I love the foundation. I want to love the concealer just as much. With that being said, I was able to work it today. So let's powder. I've got my Hourglass medium, shade medium, right? Translucent medium. Can I say medium one more time? Medium, 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 medium. I'm going to press it in with this puff. I will link everything I talk about today will be in the description box. I always try to link stuff. Like if I have a link for my shirt or dress or jewelry or hair products or anything like that, I do always do my best to find links. I mean, sometimes with jewelry and clothing I can't because, you know, like a lot of my clothes are very old and they're just not available anymore. I don't get ready in the morning and think, can I link this or no? So when I can, I do try, but all of the makeup, of course, will definitely be linked in the description box. But I'm just going to really press this powder into my skin, focusing right under here, and then whatever is left, I just kind of tap over to set the rest. I've been really liking this powder though. I think it's really beautiful. Okay, I have my face set with my Hourglass. Now we're gonna do finishing powder. Listen, I tried this powder from Melt. This is the Glazed Skin Sheer Finishing Powder. I tried this for the first time with y'all and I really liked it. Every time I use this, I fall more and more in love. This is a new powder from Melt. It is a finishing powder. It is glowy. So I love my NYX High Glass finishing powder, not the illuminating powder, the finishing powder. My friend Angie turned me on to that powder years ago, and Yella Kanikas, if you don't follow her, and I fell in love, and it's since being discontinued. And you know, NYX, it's a great price point, but I could never find anything like that. And I love my Dior Powder No Powder. That was like a luxury favorite that I loved. But this Melt one, oh, this is the new favorite glowy finishing powder. I have the shade Tan. And look at the difference it makes. So there we have with finishing powder, you can see I've got my fluffy brush. This is my favorite brush for finishing powder. This is from the green set from Unearthly. So there's our finishing powder and here is no finishing powder. So it's not like it makes this like huge wow difference, but it's that subtle difference where I'm like, oh, I look smoother, I look glowy. And over here still looks great. Just this to me is better, you know? Like if this were a 10, because remember, you're always a 10. You don't have any makeup on. You haven't washed your hair all week. You have had the stomach virus. You're not feeling it. You are a 10 out of 10. You look amazing. Remember that. With makeup, 10 out of 10. Without makeup, 10 out of 10. So if this side is 10 out of 10, this side is also a 10 out of 10, but it's more my preference. Oh, it's more my preference. I love it. Okay, I'm gonna finish buffing my skin in with my finishing powder, and then we are going to do eyes. I'm gonna quickly fill in my brows off camera. I've done my brows on camera recently, I think twice now in the recent time. It's boring to me. It's boring to me. So I'm just going to fill in my brows, and I will be back, and we're going to play with eyeshadow, my favorite. Okay, my brows are filled in. I did use my Morphe and Meredith Duxbury little brow wax. What's it called? Supreme Brow Sculpting and Shaping Wax, and a little applicator to kind of set them into place. I'm still testing and trying Meredith's Morphe collection, but I have been enjoying the brow set that I just showed you. But it is kind of like shiny, so you can see there's a little shine now, which I don't mind it like this, but it's very shiny. So I just take a little of my like translucent powder, the one from Hourglass, and whatever like I pick up on the brush, I just kind of try to like fluff on a little bit to dull some of that shine. That's been working well for me. So new product, not my first time using it, but new. So I bought the new Norns palette from Odin's Eye. So two and a half years ago, Odin's Eye launched their Norns collection. I fell in love, still love, but it's been 2.5-ish years, I think. And Odin's Eye has definitely improved their formulas and things. It's gonna happen in makeup. Hopefully 2 years from now, makeup will be even better. Like, listen, I want products to get better and better and better and better. New ingredients, new formulations, that type of things. So Odin's Eye did redo their Norns palette, and I did purchase this. I am an Odin's Eye affiliate. If you ever want to shop their site, you can use my code Heather. I appreciate it so much. You don't have to, but I did buy this myself, and yes, I did use my own code. I wanted this palette because I love the original so much. Let me show you the close-up of the old palette versus the new. I will also show you swatches, old versus new. The older palette will be on top of my arm. The new version will be down below. Now, I don't think you need to run out and buy this new version if you have the one from years ago. If you have that one, it's beautiful. It's amazing. I love it. My opinion on it has not changed. I think it's a beautiful palette. So you definitely don't need to do like I did and buy a duplicate unless you're like me and you just want to. I wanted to have this so that when I'm talking about Odin's Eye with y'all, I can reference this palette, and it's a palette that you can get because the formulas are a bit improved in my opinion. We have the new pan shapes, things like that. So I bought this because I love Odin's Eye and I wanted the newer version, but this is not me telling you you need to run out and get this, but I did want to show the side by side for y'all in case you're curious. Now I'm going to put down my eyeshadow primer and we're going to create a look with this. I did have a video on the original palette, but I actually privated so many older videos because, oh, Heather, we don't know what we don't know, right? And I definitely shared too much about my family and other people in my life years ago on YouTube, and it's just not safe to do so. I definitely overshared, so I went and privated so many videos. So even though I had a video on this palette, I no longer do here on my channel. So I wanted to use this too. So if you want to pull out your older palette, maybe you're considering the newer palette, hopefully this will help you. But I'm going to throw down an eyeshadow primer. I'm going to zoom y'all in a little bit more and we'll create a look. Okay, so I put down my eyeshadow primer. Now this palette is mostly shimmery, sparkly, beautiful shades. I really like that. It's one of the reasons I fell in love with this palette originally. But we also have some pretty mattes in here. We have different formulas. Like we have this multi-chrome, you know. Let me show you some swatches that I did on my phone because I showed you the swatches like side by side, but let me just show you some of these shimmers swatched out, video on my phone, some sunlight, you know, all of that, because these are really beautiful shades. We have a multi-chrome here. We have this that has a lot of shimmer sparkle to it. We have this that has a lot of shimmer sparkle to it. A little more of like a less pigmented base, more intense shimmer. We have these that are super pigmented. We have these that are two more like, they're a shimmer, more of a traditional smooth shimmer formula. Just really interesting formulas in here overall. This one as well. So we're gonna play with a bunch of these. This shade Colorful Black is a matte with sparkle, like really beautiful formulas. But I want to start with this mauve shade right here called Mist. I'm gonna put this on top of my primer, and I'm using my Game Beauty brushes. I know we talked in a judging new makeup video that we do every Sunday where we talk about the new releases. We talked about Game Beauty releasing new brushes a couple of weeks ago. And I had some brushes from Game Beauty and really, really love them. They hold up so well. I was just tapping out the creases in my primer. And they have some really beautiful shapes. So I was super excited. Game Beauty offered to send me their new brushes. And I've really been enjoying them. So I thought that we would use those today too, in case you're curious. I also have a code with Game Beauty, but I just think the shapes are really, really nice. I will link them. Everything I talk about, again, will be linked in the description box. If I ever have any discount codes or affiliate codes, anything I can, I put in the description box. But you see, I'm just taking this pretty mauve, and I'm kind of putting it all in the socket, and then I'm just going to lightly kind of buff this back and forth. I'm not going to focus too much on blending right now. I can always blend some more in a minute. I'm just going to get this pigment on like this. Okay, next up, we are going to use this shade right here. I really want to use this brown Pragmatism. I want to use Dazed, this beautiful matte, and then I want to use this Colorful Black matte with shimmer shade. So those are the ones we're going to use next. First, I'm going to go into the deep dark brown, and this is another Game Beauty brush. I'm going to just press this under the lower lash line like this, pressing it first to really get that pigment where I want it, and then I'm just going to lightly blend back and forth like so. Then I'm going to take the more fluffy brush with the shade called Dazed, and I'm going to blend around where we put that shade Mist and just kind of soften that up right in here, back and forth. Yeah, just making everything look a little more blended, beautiful. I'm into it. Very like cool tones today, which I'm kind of feeling because they're still colorful. Just go like this, back with that original brush we started with. And you can just see like from here to here how it just kind of like softens. Adding that shade on just kind of softens it up, makes it look a little more blown out, which I'm into. Okay, I've got the shade Colorful Black, and I'm just gonna stamp it on the lid and out a little bit. Yes, I know, I love a deep dark outer corner. I'm gonna be wearing this makeup all day. It's 8:30 in the morning for me, and I am still enjoying summer break. My son, we have not started back schooling yet, but I am going to be keeping my nephew today. So I'm going to be wearing this makeup all day. This makeup look all day. Look at me getting my words twisted. And I've got some things to do tonight, some places to go. So I'm just blending this. You can see I decided to take that black kind of way in on my lid. I was liking the way that was looking, so I thought, like, let's carry it in a bit. So, all that to say, I love a deep, dark outer corner, and this is what I'm wanting to go for today. So, I'm just going to make sure that's nice and blended. Okay, here's how the look is coming together. I'm going to put this beautiful shade Optimism all over the lid. It is like this silvery gray that has like gold sparkle to it. Almost a little lavender leaning, like really, really special. I'm going to pick this up on my brush. I'm going to spray my brush after I have the shadow on it. And we're going to put this like kind of all here in this blank space where we don't have shadow. I'm going to bring it up on top of that mauve, but we're not going to cover up the black shadow. Okay, I'm going to just press this shadow on. Isn't that pretty? I love that it is like I said, a silver, but it has a gold reflect to it. I just think that's so beautiful. It's been one of my favorite shades in the palette always because it's just unique, it's different. So I'm tapping this on, you can see. I'm even going to bring it up a little high because I want you to really see this shade when my eyes are open. It's going to make me happy when I see it today. And I'm just going to kind of blend after I have it packed on. I'm going to blend it back and forth to make sure I don't have any harsh lines. Okay, time to highlight the inner corner. I'm loving the way this looks. It's been easy to do, but I feel like it's so pretty, and I'm into that. Of course I am. Let's take this beautiful gold shade up here called Amber Palace. Let's highlight our inner corner with that, and then we will move on to eyeliner. Let me pull a brush, and we will put this down right there. Yeah, that's beautiful. That's sparkly, and it's exactly what I was looking for. Oh yeah, I really, really like that. Okay, I'm pleased with how my eye look is coming together. I'm going to do a little more blending, but I'm going to do eyeliner, mascara, and I'm probably going to throw on a little lash, and then I will be back. I'm going to be using my Revlon ColorStay Micro Easy Precision Liquid Eyeliner in Blackout. Revlon sent me a couple of things, so we're going to try these. I am picky when it comes to eyeliner. This will take me probably several times of wear to let you know how it lasts, how it like removes, all of that. So I'm gonna put this on, and then I'm gonna use the ColorStay eyeliner pencil in black, also from Revlon. I'll use this in my waterline. I'm gonna throw on my What's Up Beauty mascara, still in the process of reviewing this, and then I will be back. I'll let you know like first impression thoughts on those, but we need a bronze blush highlight lip still. So let me finish liner mascara and I'll be right back. All right, y'all, here is our eye look. The Revlon eyeliners, I feel like they went on nice. I'm gonna have to wear them a lot to let you know how they hold up, but I didn't have any problem with application. I threw on a half lash from Melt, and this is the eye look. Now, I'm not currently reviewing a new bronzer or testing anything, so I'm just going to use my Sigma single bronzer. I'm going to use my F76 chiseled cheek brush from Sigma, and we're just going to bronze up the face. Just going to blend, blend, blend. Again, I've been loving this bronzer for a long time, nothing new here. Okay, we are bronzed, we're looking sun-kissed, I'm feeling it. Let's blush. I have been enjoying the Give Feeling Cheeky Amplifying Blush Duo. I bought the shades Honeymoon Phase. So this one is a little less glowy than this one. I wouldn't describe this as a matte, more like a satin, whereas this is definitely more glowy. I thought with the eye look, this would be a beautiful choice for today, this lavender. And like I said in my videos with the Give Contour Bronzer Duo, this smells the same. Like, it stinks. It's awful. But the product is so beautiful on the skin. And once you're done using the product, it's on your face, you don't smell it. It just, you smell it when you open the product, you smell it when you're applying, you know? So I'm starting off with the darker of the two blush shades first. I'm using more brushes from that Unearthly Green set. And once I have the deeper color on, like this, then I'm gonna go pick up a little bit of the lighter shade and tap it on top. So just kind of mixing the two on my cheeks, but more layering rather than dipping my brush into both shades. That's what I'm feeling today, but I've definitely applied it just like picking up both shades on my brush and then going on to the cheeks, but today I'm feeling more of the layered look. Okay, for highlighter, let's use our Hershey Cookies and Cream highlighter from Glamlight. I'm just going to mainly stick to this more sparkly, icy shade, and I'm gonna put that on just the tops of my cheekbones, but I'm gonna pull it down right down here so that when I smile, you have that nice glow right there. I really think this is pretty, but if you're not into sparkle, you're not gonna like it. I love to sparkle though. I feel most myself when I have some sparkle on, you know what I mean? Okay, so I'm trying to think. Gifted, purchased, gifted. Now we are going to do lips. Lawless did send me their lip products. I have some shorts up with these. I've been wearing these in videos. This is the Lawless Creamy Smooth Glide Ultra Pigmented Forget the Filler Lip Definer in Honey Rose. And this is the lipstick. I think this is the Forget the Filler Satin Lipstick in the shade Platinum. So I am still like testing and trying these, but I have been enjoying them. I normally prefer a lip pencil that is a little more stiff, like in this pencil form, but not as creamy. This one is definitely more creamy than like my favorites, but I still think it's really beautiful. I like the shades. I like the pencil format so I can sharpen it and get a really nice like point to my pencil. But these are definitely more on the creamy side, but they don't slip and slide around. So I'm also lightly kind of filling in my lip with this lip liner just to kind of create a vase, because this lipstick is light, but I want to have like a light lipstick center. Like, do you see how light that is? I'm gonna put it on like this. I did not wipe off that Lawless lip mask. I didn't have a thick layer on. I just had a thin layer. But I did not wipe it off because I want my lips to be nice and hydrated today. I'm liking this lip color, but I want to put on a gloss. I'm going to put on my Patrick Ta Full Syringe lip gloss. What is this called? Major Volume. I ordered this from Sephora. It does have a slight tingle to it, but it doesn't burn. I don't know that it does any plumping, but I do think it's a very pretty gloss. I've been enjoying it. It has like big red gum, but if you took big red gum and like turned the scent down just a little bit, that's what this gloss makes me think of. Okay, y'all, here is the finished look. Testing these new products. I am really liking the way this moisturizer sat on the skin With oily skin, if I have a moisturizer that is too heavy in the daytime, it can definitely make the makeup kind of sit on top of my skin weird or even peel up. But I did put on that moisturizer probably like an hour before I did my makeup. Like a normal amount of time for me. I normally do my skincare and then I get dressed and then I, you know, fix my hair, which did not really happen today. It's too hot. It's too hot to wear my hair down. It's too hot. But then I do my makeup kind of last. So I'm into the Lawless. The Topicals is looking beautiful. Again, the Danessa Myricks I'm still loving. The Makeup Forever concealer, not loving, but it's looking nice today. Still loving my Hourglass and Melt powders. The Odin's Eye palette, just as beautiful as I expected. The Revlon eyeliners, I think they look nice. Like they went on fine, no issues. Definitely gonna have to keep testing those. Same with the What's Up Beauty mascara. It takes me a while to review mascaras, so hopefully I'll have my full thoughts on that one soon. The bronzer was not new. The blush and highlight, not a first impression, but still testing and trying those, really enjoying. And these 3 lip products, still really liking those. So happy with my makeup today. Not absolutely in love with every product, but I am loving my overall look. Excited to wear it today. I'll definitely have a follow-up review on these things coming very soon, so make sure you subscribe so my videos stay popping up in your subscription feed. Give this video a thumbs up if you like this type of video where I'm testing a lot of new things all together. I would definitely love to know, but I hope you're having a good day. I will see you soon in another video. Bye!